Simply put, mixed reality is an experience that blends the real world with the digital. With the release of the Meta Quest Pro, we're about to see mixed reality become more of a thing, and that's because the Pro is designed somewhat to be a mixed reality device featuring high definition colour pass-through and a depth sensor, which in short means quality colour mixed reality is now possible. So in the future, expect to be seeing more games, apps and experience that use mixed reality. For example, Resolution Games have just released a mixed reality update for their fantasy VR board game DEMEO. Now with this update, which you can see here, it uses pass-through to allow players to place a virtual board on a real world surface. As you can see in the trailer, items like the virtual dice will interact with the home environment by being able to fall off furniture and bounce off surfaces too. But you don't need a Quest Pro to experience some of this mixed reality goodness, as your Quest is also capable of mixed reality pass-through. For example, the DEMEO update allows for this mixed reality feature on both the Quest Pro and the Quest 2. Sure, it's nowhere near as good as the Pro, with the Quest cameras being low definition, grainy black and white, but it can still deliver some pretty awesome experiences. Now I checked out some of these in part 1 of this series, which you can find linked below. And I've also listed some of my favourite pass-through mixed reality experiences in a recent article I did over at VR Scout that I'll also link below if interested. So just before we take a look at my best mixed reality experiences for the Quest 2, it does take a long time to research and try each of these experiences, then put together a video for you. So if you do appreciate the time and work and effort that goes into all of that, then leaving a thumbs up would be a great way of showing it, and subscribing would be even better. Thank you. We kick off our list with The World Beyond. Now whilst this experience is only short, it's about 5 minutes, it's a tech demo developed by Meta to showcase the potential of their Presence platform. It offers the perfect introduction to pass-through and mixed reality on the Quest. So if you haven't tried the pass-through mode yet, I think this demo is a great little start. Now the demo starts with a brief setup process that requires you to virtually map the walls and furniture in your surroundings. You're then given this mechanical device to help you locate a little alien creature called Oppie. And there's energy orbs too that she eats, which you'll find hidden around your play space. Now Oppie responds to some voice commands and will react to being petted with your hands too. She'll also respond in clever ways to the environment by navigating around any mapped furniture or obstacles in her way. However, the real magic begins when you use the device to transform your walls into portals to another dimension. Seeing Oppie happily jump between worlds as she chases the energy orbs that you launch through the portals provides a wonderfully trippy experience that will give you a taste of mixed reality's potential. Shell Games are the devs behind some of my most favourite VR titles of all time, Until You Fall and I Expect You to Die 1 and 2. So it's safe to say I was pleasantly surprised when they announced this mixed reality mini mission that just recently became available in the official store. Now if you're not familiar with I Expect You to Die, it's a puzzle game based on the James Bond spy trope, as you play a secret agent trying to foil the plans of a master villain, which sees you having to puzzle your way out of all kinds of elaborate traps. This quick mini mission essentially turns your home into an escape room. There's a lot of cool features like the ocular implant that lets you see through your own walls. So I don't want to give it too much away and spoil it for you. Safe to say you can expect the same quality Shell has delivered in the past, and I've just added another Shell game to my favourites list. Custom Home Mapper is probably one of the first mixed reality experiences that I ever had. In this game you turn your home into one giant mixed reality playground, and you do this by virtually mapping the walls and furniture of your play space, and this can take some time depending on how big it is. Your play space can range in size from a single room to an entire floor. Then when your environment is set up, you select from one of 12 mini games. Each game automatically transforms your walls and furniture into virtual objects, texturing them in a way that matches the game being played. For example, there's a golf game that textures the floor grass green and converts your furniture into barriers like brick walls and plants. Other minigames include a shooter similar to Super Hot and a pass-through version of Snake. There's also this game where you control a ship using your hand and you have to shoot other ships. It's pretty simple stuff, but you can see me trying it out here and ducking behind my couch for cover. It's quite a cool experience to be able to play a game using your entire house. So the games on offer are a good, quick bit of fun and do a great job of showcasing the variety of innovative ways that Passthrough can be used. Now this next game is perfect for Halloween. It brings your nightmares to life by getting evil spirits to chase you around your own home. HAUNTIFY allows you to turn a space of up to 500 by 500 meters into a mixed reality horror experience. It will even let you mark out and play over multiple floors. Just be careful with doing that, because using Passthrough while taking the stairs can be dangerous. Now once set up, the Passthrough visuals dim, making it hard to see your real life surroundings and forcing you to navigate your house using this virtual torch. It's then your job to collect the relics that randomly spawn around your home in an effort to expel the roaming spirits. Now the spirits themselves are equipped with fully dynamic AI to help them navigate your house and hunt you down. And while some spirits are more dangerous than others, they are all equally terrifying. Now the grainy black and white visuals of the Quest Passthrough are typically a drawback when it comes to mixed reality, but it actually works really well with this game by enhancing the grim and forbidding atmosphere. Just be aware you will need to invest a bit of time in mapping out your environment before you can play. So the same developer that brought us HAUNTIFY also brings us FPS Enhanced Reality. Now just like the other experiences on this list, you have to first map the walls and furniture in your play space. Then you get to load up with some weapons and launch into a mixed reality experience featuring armed bad guys that look like they've just come straight out of Super Hot. So these AI opponents are capable of navigating your home as they attempt to gun you down, and they're even smart enough to take cover behind furniture that you specifically mark out during setup. The general gist of the game is to survive for as long as you can, and the weapons you currently have access to are a pistol, shotgun, machine gun, grenade and knife. In my opinion, this is a nice little mixed reality experience if you have a big enough play space and you don't mind spending a little time mapping it out during setup. Why pay hundreds in piano tuition when you can learn for free with PIANOVISION? Now this app combines pass-through and hand tracking to deliver a fun, flexible learning experience. PIANOVISION works best with a MIDI keyboard, but there's also an air piano mode that allows you to play on any flat surface, no piano required. Now you start by either connecting your Quest directly to your MIDI keyboard via cable or through Wi-Fi using the PC and a desktop app. Once you select a song, the app overlays coloured bars onto your keyboard to highlight the keys you need to play exactly when you need to play them to belt out the selected tune. It even has a hand tracking feature that will identify which fingers you should be using to press each key. Now if you make a mistake, miss a note or stop playing, the app allows you to catch up by pausing the program until you play the next correct note. Now PIANOVISION is such an awesome app. It also includes sheet music, lessons, virtual environments and the option to upload your own custom songs. Now onto a game that I featured a little bit of at the start of this video. DEMEO takes a traditional fantasy ball game and turns it into a glorious VR experience featuring 6 character classes to choose from and 4 separate campaigns with more content to come. Move your hero through procedurally generated dungeons, slaying monsters and collecting loot along the way. Now DEMEO can be played single player, but as with most ball games experiences, it's at its best when played cooperatively with 2 to 4 players. Now this classic VR title continues to improve with a recent addition of a mixed reality mode, which allows you to place the virtual board in your real world environment. The board snaps to any real world surface that you've mapped out during the play space setup. So here you can see the board snapping to my desktop, which I mapped out earlier. There's also a hand tracking feature to come in future updates, which will add an additional layer of immersion that will bring DEMEO even closer to a real-life board game experience.
I will strike you down.
If you have a mate with a Quest and are looking for something fun to play together, then why not invite them over for a Passthrough duel with SABER City. Duelers need to be located in the same space before they can battle it out using a selection of ranged and melee weapons. Players can see each other using Passthrough, and each is equipped with a virtual weapon, shield and helmet. Now, dueling is a simple affair of using ranged and melee attacks to take out the physical opponent opposite. Just make sure you don't get too close to each other in the heat of battle, otherwise you'll end up taking damage in real life. Finally, we wrap up this list with FIGMIN XR. This is a sandbox experience that allows you to create and play. It works with the Quest 2, only you won't have this colour pass-through that you're seeing in the trailer here. Now, if you are creative and enjoy open sandbox style play, then this might be one for you. FIGMIN XR has quite a few features to play with, from being able to place animated GIFs and models into your real life environment, to being able to create your own physics-based games and create your own 3D models. And if all that creativity sounds like a bit too much work, then you can always just choose to play other users' creations that have been uploaded to the platform. So that about wraps it up for this list. I'll finish off by sharing some of my personal thoughts. My feeling is that whilst these experiences featured here are great, mixed reality is still very much in its tech demo phase. Now, what I mean by that is that all the way back in 2016, when VR headsets became more commercially available, there are a lot of short game experiences out there, a lot of tech demos and wave shooters, but as time has progressed we've seen more full games that last beyond 2 or 3 hours, more AAA experiences, and devs making better use of virtual reality. And so I feel like mixed reality is still in that 2016 phase, where it's still quite new. I mean, there are a few games in the official Quest store, like DEMEO, Cubism, Gadgeteer, and Blaston, that do feature a pass-through mode, but while it can be fun to experience these games using pass-through, the pass-through feature is included as an added extra that's non-essential to the game. And right now, I don't think there's many games out there that rely exclusively on mixed reality. And those games that only work with mixed reality, like the ones covered in our list, are more like experiences or demos than full games with a narrative, multiple stages, hours of gameplay and so on. I mean, they're great to try and give you a good feel for mixed reality, but I wouldn't consider them full games in the strictest sense of the word. I think two things need to happen before we get full games that rely exclusively on mixed reality, and the first thing is hardware needs to improve. Now, the Quest Pro and Pico 4 represent the beginning of this. They're affordable standalone headsets with colour pass-through features that allow for quality mixed reality experiences. The second thing is developers need to figure out how to make full use of mixed reality beyond this tech demo kind of stuff. How can it be used, for example, to make a complete game? So taking the mixed reality experience I Expected to Die, Home Sweet Home, this is just a demo, but I could see how this could easily be expanded into a full game with the addition of more escape room style puzzles like we see in the demo, along with a story to tie it all together. But for now, I think we'll see more of these hybrid experiences like DEMEO, where games allow users to play in either full VR or mixed reality. We might also see some VR games that switch it up too, with sections where you have to play mixed reality before switching back to VR. But whatever happens, one thing is for sure. We're in a very exciting experimental phase right now when it comes to mixed reality, and I'm positive we'll be seeing more awesome and innovative uses of MR in the not too distant future.